of God, whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. In Hebrew, there's a day of judgment coming, and he's going to be judging us by his 10 commandments, his law, which represents his holiness. And one of his laws is that we are not to lie. We're to always tell the truth. If we've ever told a lie, we're a liar. I'm a liar. Or we misrepresented the truth. God also says if we've looked at another person with a lustful thought or lustfully, we're the same as adulterer. God says if we've ever even thought of an unkind word about someone, we're murderers of the heart. God looks at our hearts. He's concerned about our hearts. Because to dwell with God would mean you'd have to have a heart similar to his, which is holy and righteous. And since there's no way you and I on the day of judgment could be found innocent because we're guilty of breaking his laws, he sent Jesus Christ to come here and to live a perfect, holy, righteous life, to meet all the requirements of God's laws, just like you had to meet the requirements of the laws driving over you today in terms of the speed limit and different signs that were to obey in terms of. It came one day that he was betrayed by one of his best friends. He was innocent, and he willingly went to court where false witnesses were brought against him. And those false witnesses lied against him, and he was innocent. And then he was brought before the governor of Rome to be judged. The judge of Rome and the king even said, this man is not guilty of anything. He's blameless. He's harmless. 3 times the governor of Rome went before the people and said, I find no fault in this man. Even the wife of the governor, sending him a letter, said, do not have anything to do with this righteous man, because he is innocent. He is righteous. And yet the governor of Rome went ahead and crucified Jesus. Jesus went to the cross. He was nailed on the cross. Even while he was on that cross, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. 1,000 years before Jesus came, David wrote of him. Jesus came, and Jesus is the righteousness of God, and we're to put on the righteousness of God through Jesus Christ, and to believe in that, put our faith and trust in him. And he says, I'll grant you eternal life. And God says, when I see you on Judgment Day, I'll see the righteousness of Jesus. Therefore, you're pardoned, you're reconciled, you have peace with God, and therefore, you can live eternally with God. Think of this. If we're not as holy as God, how can we coexist with a holy and righteous God? Or put another way, if God is perfect and we're not perfect, as evidenced by the fact that we have even sinned once in our lives, how can we coexist with one that is holy and righteous when we're not? It cannot happen. But it can if we're willing to put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ. And it's his righteousness alone that provides salvation and eternity with God. So this afternoon, we're begging you to consider the death rate's 100%. We don't know where